Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. We are from Group 1. In this video, we want to presentations about humor and study and humor translation in chapter 1. And this is our member. There is Gary, Iklasha, Shakila, Devin, Shahawa, and me, Shifa Safendra. The first introduction and definitions about humor translation will be presented by Gary. Gary, time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Siva. So, in introduction, the field of humor study and humor translation mention how individual in various social group and culture extensively use humor in their daily interaction. But it is noted to be a complex and challenging task due to its multifaceted, relative, and idiosyncratic nature that varies across culture and historical context. So here's the definition of humor and its marker. Humor is multifaceted mode of communication influenced by various factors such as individual experience, societal tax, and a specific situation. While it is universally appreciated, its creation and perception are shaped by culture and context difference. Verbal humor often relies a combination of linguistic, paraverbal, and non-verbal markers which can vary in their importance. An expert definition high 201 identifies strategies to support humor in conversations such as contributing more humor, echoing the speaker words, and contradicting self-deprecating humor. At least five experts are debated about the laughter and humor. First is from Raskin. Raskin explores relationship with humor from physiological and psychological perspective, noting that the while humor often causes laughter is not exclusive to humor. Next, Norik regrets laughter as a signal indicating the presence of humor in discourse, aligned with the concept like the laudable in conversation analysis. Jefferson Twitter, which is suggestion louder can signal mutual recognition of something as funny without implying inherent funniness in the text itself. Next, Sharo and Nash suggest an definition of humor is suggest an implicit connection between humor and laughter. Palmer and Moore view laughter as integral to humor. Oring consider laughter and humor as separated yet closely linked phenomena. However, verbally expresses humor in source tag corpus will be primarily identified using Raskin, SSTH, and A. Tardo and Raskin, which also be backed up by other discussion markers such as sarcastic remark and the exploitation of nonverbal text. Next. So the theory of humor will be present with another person. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Gary and Shiva, for the time. The next is Theories of Humor. Larkin Galianes in 2017 uh, built the theories of three. The first is superiority or hostility theories by Plato, Aristotle, and Hobbes. Uh, she said, he said humor arises from a sense of superiority over others. Humor can also serve an aggressive function, correcting socially unacceptable behavior. Next theory is incongruity theories by Kant, Schopenhauer, and to some extent, humor is a result from experiencing an incongruity between expectation and reality. These theories focus on the cognitive aspect of humor, explaining its essence from a structuralist viewpoint. The next theory is relief or release theories by Spencer and Freud. These theories view a humor as a form of pleasure and a means of releasing tension from societal convention. Next, Azzardo categorized these theories based on their orientation: cognitive, social, and psychological. Incongruity theories are cognitively oriented, hostility theories emphasize the social aspect, and relief theories focus on psychological cause and effects. The next part is script-based theories will be presented by Shahala.
Thank you, class, for the time. So let me explain about script-based theories. This chapter offers a detailed examination of script-based theories, particularly the SSTH and GTPH, and their application to the analysis and translations of humorous texts. It highlights the strengths and limitations of these theories and their role in advancing the field of humor studies and humor translation. Next. SSTH and GPTH, Raskin's semantic script theory of humor. Raskin's theory is based on the notion of a script, which is a cognitive structure containing semantic information that can be evoked by words or situations. The theory identifies two conditions for humor. The text must be compatible with two different scripts, and the scripts must be in opposition. Attardo and Ruskin's general theory of verbal humor, the GTVH is designed to be applicable to a wide range of humorous texts, not just jokes, and it allows for the analysis for both verbal and referential humor. Next. The application of GPTH and some criticism. The authors on this chapter critique the GTPH, noting that while it is a powerful tool for analyzing humor, it has limitations. For instance, some scholars have questioned the necessity and position of the logical mechanism within the GTPH set of knowledge resource. Others have pointed out that the theory doesn't fully account for the reception and reaction of the audience to humorous texts. Despite this criticism, the GTVH has been widely applied in various fields, including the study of humor in literature, visual art, and advertising. The chapter provides example of how the GTVH has been used to to analyze humor in different contexts and how it has been adapted to account for non-linguistic data. The next slide will be presented by Lala.
Okay, next, conversational humor. According to the conversation analyst expert, one of them says how humor in conversation functions similarly to turn-taking in social setting, with everyone expected to participate. He analyzed the mechanism of conversational humor, focusing on wordplay and puns, which exploit both the literal and idiomatic meanings of expressions. This analysis reveals how humor can be strategically placed in conversation, often appearing at the end to summarize and create cohesion. Caesar extends such work by noting that jokes are most likely to be found at the end of the conversation, exploiting double meanings to summarize the topic. However, puns and jokes can also be inserted throughout a longer text, showing flexibility in their placement. Next. But Attardo criticized Caesar. Attardo distinguishes between canned jokes, which are pre-used and story taken from original situation, and conversational jokes, which arise spontaneously and are situation specific. Canned jokes, when recontextualized, can merge with conversation humor, although the difference is not always clear. Attardo notes that canned jokes often require an introduction, unlike conversation jokes that can build on previous discourse. This adaptability is seen in stand-up comedy, where performance, although scripted, are tailored and to the audience. Combining candid and conversational humor, Norix analysis of jokes telling further explores how audience and comedian negotiate together in the setting of jokes, emphasizing the collaborative nature of humor in conversation. Next, function of humor in conversation. Humor in conversation serve many important functions. It can help us change the way we speak and interact for the others. For example, we can use humor to reduce the tension and make the atmosphere more relaxed and friendly. The funny stories or jokes we tell can make us look better in the eyes of the others and make the atmosphere more pleasant. Humor also helps us get closer to friends and family, as a joke around can make us feel for more attention. Thank you.
Okay, for the next slide is humor and comedy. According to Tasokna 2070, has further elaborated on this by suggesting a continuum of the genres of humor, which are subsumed into four main types. Tasokna has clearly stated that these four categories are not fixed. For the first one, humor as an obligatory feature of the genre. Genres produced pre- predominantly for the amusement of the audience. For example, jokes, comedies, cartoons, stand-up comedy. In this case, humor is a sign qua non condition. For the second one, humor as an optional but expect, expected feature of a genre that may often include humor and may aim, among other things, at creating a humorous effect. For example, conversational narratives, literary texts, advertisement, birthday cards. Although optional humor is likely to appear in the text types belonging to this category. In the third, humor as an optional but unexpected feature of the genre. In genres where humor might occasionally occur yet is not normally or always expected, for example, business negotiation, news reports, newspaper articles. In these text types, humor may appear, but it less common than in category B. And for the last one, humor as an atypical feature of the genre. Genres where humor hardly ever or never occurs, religious texts, court decision, funeral speeches. In this case, humor's lines are mostly unexpected.
Okay. Humor translation is will be present by me. Humor translation poses a significant challenge due to its specific nature in terms of language and culture. Some experts believe that translations can surpass the origin text in the terms of to achieve success in humor translation, a pragmatic approach is recommended focusing on precautionary effect, entertaining the audience, and not on strict linguistic accuracy. Strategies include adapting the humor of the target culture or using idiomatic expression, although this method may cause stylist shift in aims to maintain the functions of humor in the source language.
For the conclusion, humor is complicated. First, there are always two scenarios, the expected one and the unexpected one. These two scenarios often oppose each other. The keyword or trigger shift the listener's perspective. There must be tension for something to be funny, and humor must work on multiple levels, such as tone, structure, meaning, and context.
Okay, thank you guys. That's all from us. That's all from group one. If you guys have any questions about our presentation, please don't hesitate to put comment below and get to know as to what you're asking. Thank you. Good afternoon.
partager.